Hello and welcome to Next in Line. I'm Sophie Cooper and this is my mum, Lesley Reynolds. On our podcast, we're going to talk everything beauty, aesthetics and running our clinic. So mum, what have you been up to this week?
Wow, I've had a busy week. It's always busy, isn't it? The clinic's been crazy busy. I've been there, some days 12 hours, which is quite a lot. But it's what it is. This is what this business is like. But down at Ballingdon, we've had our alpacas arrive, which is absolutely incredible.
Have they arrived?
So, yes, I'll be posting photos soon. So, they're dear little things, actually. They're very sociable, I was really surprised how sociable. Obviously, we've done a lot of research into keeping them, otherwise we wouldn't have them. But I'm surprised just how sociable they are and very nosy.
Do they spit or is that...
Well, I have seen an alpaca spit, but it spat at another alpaca that it didn't like. But these little cuties haven't been doing any spitting yet. So that's been good. And then in the orchard where we keep all the chickens, we've had poor old Fanny.
How's she doing? She's a bit worried about her after the last episode.
I worry about her, And her husband, Rocky, we got them together.
I hate Rocky.
Why do you hate Rocky? He looks after her. When other cockerels come after her, he gets in.
Isn't he the one that chases? Oh, maybe.
Well, he does, yeah. He tries, because I always have my toenails red, he tries to peck at my toenails.
I love it when I'm on the phone to you and you suddenly go, hang on.
It's Rocky! But Rocky and Fanny have got a new son called Nugget.
Is Nugget not nice? Which is the not nice cockerel?
Nugget isn't so nice, really. Cockerels really are probably not so nice. The Orpington's lovely. He's actually quite regal and looks, as you always say, he looks just the way a chicken should look. We're doing well. 4 of the hens are very broody, so we're letting them, sit. But the problem is that when you let them sit and they hatch, very often the next day they've all gone because, we're organic here, so they're in the orchard and we do have electric fence around it, but the top's obviously open. Lots of birds of prey here. So I think that's what happens to them. They just completely disappear.
I wanted to know,
really sad.
Where does the egg come out of?
Well, where it goes in.
No, because I was thinking about this. Does it have a separate area it comes out of, or is it in
No, interestingly, chickens just have one entry. And that's where they lay their eggs from, that's where they're fertilised from, and that's where they go to the loo from as well. I know.
I'm not sure if
just
I like
put
that.
it out of your mind when you eat the eggs. The eggs are delicious.
I'm funny with eggs. I just can't.
You are funny with eggs, aren't you? Grandma was like that as well. But they are delicious. They are the best eggs because our chickens are just completely organic.
And your veggies, all your vegetables are beautiful.
Well, vegetarianish, aren't they?
What vegetables?
No. I thought you meant the chickens. I think you said the chickens are vegetarians.
No, I was saying all your vegetables.
Oh, yes, the vegetable garden is absolutely loaded this year. We've had 3 sacks of potatoes out already, masses of beans, runner beans. We've had pak choy.
The chilies are lovely.
Beans,
your chilies
and
your
grapes.
aubergines.
Well, the grapes they are phenomenal. So we're looking at what we can do with all the grapes. We're going to try making grape juice.
You've got so many.
Sweetest grapes I've ever tasted.
But they're really lovely.
I've been taking all the grapes into the clinic. Got lots of apples. The apples are crazy mad this year. Pears, everything's in abundance. Everything's in abundance. The courgettes are beautiful. Tomatoes, we've got every variety of tomatoes. And the boys here, so Clay and Nathan, have been really, really planting like crazy. Everything's been prolific, and they're actually planting in a kind of dual way. So they plant tomato plants, and next to it they plant basil, or they plant some chilies, because one gives the earth back what the other one takes. So they're doing a lot of companion gardening, I would call it, and we're getting great results. Really wonderful. A bit worried about my roses though. I've got black spot at the moment, so you know what I'm like with my roses.
I have no idea about plants. Or
you're not crazy about the garden, are you?
I like it, but I just have no idea with.
It's funny, isn't it? Wonder why that is. Have you got a gardener?
Yes, thank God.
No, I really love the garden. So for me, that sort of mix of the clinic and being down here is very good because I'm 4 days in one place and 3 days in the other, and I get a nice run at it. But I love it down. I mean, I love it down here. You know,
It's beauty. You can't not, can you? You can't. Not.
Suffolk is beautiful, and you know we've got over 1,000 trees in the acres.
Your badgers.
Ponds. We've got badgers. We've got hares, which are adorable. Lots of different types of deer. Lots of different wildflowers. We found some absolutely beautiful wild orchids the other day. So my week's been really full on at the clinic. Been having some really late nights, and I've been really full on and busy here.
But you shouldn't be having late nights.
I know, I can't help it.
To try and get you out of the clinic is a nightmare. Sometimes I'm like, just go home.
Yeah, she does. She says to me, go home. I say, why? I like it here. I like talking to all the patients and you know, advising people on their skin. But what about you? What have you been doing?
I've been having a great time. That sounds like I'm not.
As if you have.
We've been trying to sell the house. So we've had a lot of viewings, and I didn't realise trying to sell a house.
Very stressful, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've got to keep it tidy all the time.
What do you mean?
2 kids, 2 dogs.
We have to try and take the dogs out because one of the chihuahuas bites people. Yeah. So we have to take the kids out, the dogs out. Yeah. We just drive around in the car. Just like, and then we've had someone living in our garage.
I heard about this. Arabella was telling me.
I know.
So
it's just been a bit crazy.
How did you not notice somebody was in your garage?
Well, we did, and then we've been checking. Then there was a car parked that someone's been obviously living in, but there's not much you can do.
Is it the same person?
Yeah, the same. And obviously, when you've got kids, you don't want someone, do you, living?
No, but it's very sad, isn't it? Actually,
it's
that
so
somebody
sad.
would take to living in a garage in their car.
And we got help from a charity who've come out and kind of moved him.
Did the charity move him on?
Well, no, my husband put a towing sign on his car. Because what else can you do? And then he did move on. We tried to talk to him, but he was doing some things that were very strange.
Such as? You tell me about this before.
We thought his belt was hanging down, but I don't think it was. Dear. So, like, if you can't have that kind of
pervert.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that, but I would just say things you don't want to have in your garden.
You've had 2 children. You must be able to see the difference between a belt hanging out and something else, couldn't you?
I haven't got good eyesight.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, he's gone.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep, and then I had to have the kids in our room.
Well, I would do that.
And my husband was like, for God's sake, this is ridiculous.
Well, I suppose, you know, if somebody's walking around exposing themselves, you are going to be unhappy. Why didn't the police move him on then?
It's another story.
Is it?
I mean, the police are great, but I think there has to be like clear evidence before they even do anything. But anyway, so he's moved on, and I'm very, very happy I can sleep again at night.
And possibly sell your house.
Yeah. Now.
Nobody wanted the squatter.
You can't make it up. You literally
Have you found another house yet?
We've found a really lovely house.
Yeah.
I don't want to say any more in case.
Really?
I'm trying not to get
jinx
myself too
excited.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely that you feel like that, though, isn't it?
So this week we are talking about breasts. So uplifts, implants, fat transfers, nipples, everything.
Okay, well, I mean, that's very interesting, really. I mean, as women, we're probably never really satisfied with our breasts. They're either too big, too small, too droopy, too flat, no volume. And it's an age-old thing, isn't it? It's been something probably in this industry has been the biggest selling treatment ever, I'd say. And I think it's probably just as bad if you've got really big boobs as really small ones because they're heavy and hurt your back. I mean, I had an uplift really far too late. I was 60 when I had an uplift, and I should have done it earlier because they make you look so matronly and all your clothes hang off these huge pendulous bosoms and make you look fat, you know.
I love your wording.
And then as soon as you have them reduced and uplifted, people say, oh, God, you've lost loads of weight, haven't you? Well, actually, you probably lost about 3 pounds off each side. But it's the ache and it's the mark they make in your shoulder blades where you have to wear these really thick, heavy bras to try and punch them up and keep them up.
Yeah.
When you run up the stairs, you're holding on to them because they're too floppy. So breasts, I think, are they are a problem. So they are the biggest thing that people come into for us.
I think an uplift is always, I would say, much more time for recovery is needed, isn't it? I think you really...
Yeah, I mean, I went back to work in 4 days, which was absolutely ridiculous.
Of course you did.
Of course I
the
did.
next day you'd like trying to get in.
I was saying to people, I always say to people, give yourself 2 weeks off, don't do anything. I was back at work in 4 days, which was crazy, really.
It's a huge operation, isn't it?
Very big operation, and I don't think you should take it lightly. And I didn't really... The only reason I had it done was because I had some lumps that I had to have removed. And I thought, well, I don't want to just be hacked away and have these lumps taken out. So I'll go to... So I had it done privately. The NHS wouldn't do it. They would have taken the lumps out and they had to be sent off. So I went to a surgeon that I knew privately and said, this is the situation, but I'd like to have an uplift and a reduction at the same time, which he did. So I had 7 lumps that he sent off and they went off for biopsy. And
You've never told me that.
No, didn't I?
No.
Well, you learn something every day.
That's quite...
And they were, some of them were, there's this sort of pre-cancerous state. So it was a good job I did it. It was the best thing I ever did. But it's the scarring. And I don't think people ever really realise about the scarring. So scarring's a scar and it never goes away.
Yeah.
So you have to be very, very sure that you are happy with the scarring. It fades and it goes to like a white line, but the scarring is there.
And everyone's different with scarring, aren't they? You heal
But
differently.
I've got this very sort of pale, Arctic-y skin, and I scar okay, but it goes I lose pigment. So whereas a darker skinned person would get pigmentation marks, I will lose pigment. My skin goes very, very white. But I'm glad I did it. I don't think that it was the most aesthetically pleasing job ever. I think it could have been a better operation, and I think that I should probably have gone back to the surgeon, who I knew very well, and said to him afterwards, I think some of this needs a bit of tidying up. But, I'd had enough of the operation. That it took quite a long time to get over it. Probably wasn't helped by the fact that I went back to work so early. It took quite a long time to get over it.
Yeah.
Sort of 6 weeks of wearing the compression garment afterwards, this sort of really solid bra.
Yeah.
And it's quite uncomfortable. But then, I'm lucky. How many women, have had breast cancer and lost their breasts and things like that? So, you can't really complain about it. On the other side of things, I see a lot of women who bring in their daughters at a very early age, maybe 20, 21, and say, I was always very flat-chested, my daughter is, and I wish I could have had implants, and I would love her to have this procedure. And I do say to girls that come in, very young girls, when they come in their early, sort of, in their early 20s, I do say, have you spoken to your mum about this, or anybody who's got any support? Because I think having any kind of procedure at all, you need support at home.
Definitely.
I always say, is there anybody at home to look after you, cook for you? But I really admire these women that come in with their daughters and say, look, I had this problem and I really hated it and I don't want her to have the same.
Well, I was surprised when I said to you, how old was I? I was probably, 20?
21.
21. I don't even know how because for me, I didn't think I was really bothered, but then I suddenly decided I want to have implants.
Well, so in our family, we've either got these huge, massive pendulous things or very flat chests.
Yeah.
Very
and
small.
big hips.
And big hips,
We've got big hips.
And of course, with breasts, it gives you a much better shape. If you've got big hips and then you have implants, it'll give you a much better shape to your body. So I'm all for it. But I know you said to me, I've wondered about having implants, didn't you?
Yeah. And you
I
were
said,
like, go for it. And I was shocked. I was like, I thought I was going to have to really fight for this.
And I think I booked you in with our surgeon, didn't I, Peter Cumbo?
And it was the best thing. And you said, enjoy it now.
You said,
Well,
should I
you
wait
can-
until I've had children? I said, no, enjoy it now.
God, I didn't realise what children do to your body.
I've had 3.
I said to Mr. Cumbo, I said, I need to see you again to have them redone. It's
Yeah.
time to have them redone. But now that's something you've got to have them redone. So you've got to think about that.
Well, I think, and I do say that to girls, and I say, well, if you have them done now, after you've had children, you'll probably need them done again.
Yeah.
And
You definitely will.
But how do you feel? Are you glad you had them done, or do you wish you'd waited?
It gave me confidence. I was, loved it.
Yeah. And why shouldn't you?
Yeah.
See, I think this with all treatments, really, not just breasts. I think if it gives you that bit of confidence to feel the way, just feel better about the way you look, then why would anybody not do it? And why would anybody say don't do it?
But I think I was lucky because I've got you in the business, so we know we've got the best surgeon, haven't we, to do it, and the aftercare, we know everything. But I think if you don't have that support that you can go to and ask someone, then it's different, isn't it?
Yes, I think it is. But then I'm also lucky because Grandma, my mum, was she was always into all her skincare, everything, looking after herself. And I can remember just before she died, she was saying, I think I might have my eyes done. Do you remember?
Yeah, but she
was
her eyes,
very pro-treatments, wasn't she? She was very pro looking after yourself and making yourself look the best you can look. And I think that's what part of it is. It's about the way you present yourself and how you want your body or your face to look. And that really is only up to you and nobody else.
I do remember waking up and thinking, I'm in so much pain. What have I done?
Were you? Were you in a lot of pain?
I remember going home. I wasn't at the hospital. I came home and then Kathy, my godmother, took me into the hospital and you went back to work and I was like, oh, thanks. She's gone back to work.
Business to run, honey.
Yeah,
sorry.
And I remember going in, coming out and then being at home and just trying to even just sit up. The pain, you can't, no one can tell you really.
No, and that is a really, really big issue. I think with any kind of cosmetic procedure, you need to know what it's going to feel like. You need to know, of course, there'll be downtime. You're having your body cut apart. And, people who come in and say to me, I want a facelift. My daughter's getting married in 6 weeks. And I say, no way, absolutely not.
I know. That's the worst, isn't it?
How
the time
do you even
frame.
think about it at this time? And I think often with the procedure, you'll wake up and think, why did I do this?
Yeah.
I must be mad. And then 3 days later you think, I'm so glad I did this.
I remember having drains.
Yes.
Thinking, oh my God, what's happened? So you have the drains to drain any of the...
Yes, I had that. And I was really worried about, I thought, will it be painful when they take the drains out? Did you think that as well?
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Armour came in and I was like, panicking. He was like, I'll do it. And he did it.
Yeah,
he did it for me.
Did he? Were you trying to do it yourself then?
No, but the nurse was, and I was like, no way. But I think the recovery, you do have to be, you
have to be aware of the recovery, and you have to be aware of what you can't do.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I say. So young girls may come in, in their late 20s or 30s, they've got a baby or a child, and I say this is the wrong time to do this procedure. You'll never be able to pick the child up, or the child will come running at you, hurt you. So you have to, and I think I said that to you.
You said I wanted to have it when Freddie was 3. That would have been the worst thing.
And I said, absolutely no.
Yeah.
I said, wait until he's about 6. I mean, now's a good time.
Yeah.
Really.
Now is a good time.
He's old enough. So really with breasts, we do uplifts, we do reductions.
I think fat transfers.
Fat transfers brilliant for a bit of volume here.
Yeah.
Or for a tiny little breast that just needs it. So if you've got a tiny little frame and you've got small breasts and you just need a little bit of extra volume and you've got any fat around your tummy or hips, that's good for them.
I think people are scared of implants.
People are
having
scared
that.
of implants, yeah. I think because of PIP and all those issues, a lot of people are scared of implants. In fact, we do less implants now than we've ever done. And we do more fat transfer than we've ever done.
Yeah.
But the thing with fat transfer is it's not so predictable because you do lose some. And also with fat transfer, a lot of it also is down to how people look after it afterwards.
If you smoke.
You're going to destroy the fat, really. It just won't get enough blood supply to the area. If you jog, run, you're not careful, you lay on them, there are all sorts of issues with it.
Yeah.
But I think a fat transfer is a really great thing for the face. I think for your face, it feeds your skin, you get a glow, you look younger. And we've had people that have been back 10 years after having it done and still look good, but want it again.
I think fat transfer for breast is good for the right person, isn't it?
I think every treatment for you is always very personal, isn't it? And for the right person, there's always going to be a treatment.
And I think it's funny when people come in and they really are sure, I want to have a fat transfer, and you explain it, and they're actually that's not the right
No.
for you to go.
Yeah.
You need to implant would be.
And sometimes
better,
you just haven't got enough fat.
Yeah.
You know, would you have a fat transfer?
No, not now. I've had implants.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
just have implants now.
Such a great result.
Really good. And my scar. He went through the nipple, just under the nipple,
Yeah.
and you
Can't
you
see
can't
anything.
tell.
It's incredible.
So
isn't it?
lucky,
Yeah.
so lucky. But that's why I'm a bit worried to have them done again because
You need to
know-
speak to him, don't you, about the process? And
You
what
said you're
procedure
definitely
to do.
going to need an uplift.
Did I? Well, just truthful. I'd be surprised if after having 2 children and breastfeeding, you wouldn't need an uplift.
Oh, I definitely do need an uplift, and new implants.
What about these mummy makeovers when you do uplift, tummy tuck, everything, the lot?
I think a tummy tuck. You also said I need a tummy tuck.
Do you need a tummy tuck, though? I haven't looked. You said I do not need a
No,
tummy tuck.
I just want to do my breast. But I think
I need a tummy tuck. That's another episode. Do you need a tummy tuck? I don't think you need a tummy tuck. I said I
don't-
just assumed you would. I don't know.
Why would you assume?
Well, most girls that have had 2 children need a tummy tuck and we don't need, nobody, right, let's get this straight. Nobody needs a breast reduction, uplift, implants or a tummy tuck. Nobody.
No.
People may want it and may require it to give them a bit more confidence. That's fine.
I think the funny thing about breast implants is so many people have them now that you don't even know. Like people say to me, "You've got breast implants," because they expect you to have massive watermelons.
There was
like,
that time, wasn't there, when there was that silly kind
Yeah.
of watermelon stuck on each side.
Yeah, but you can
know,
have them done
so
so well now
noticeable.
under the muscle, and small. You don't have to go huge.
No, just so give you that enhancement.
Yeah. Would you have an implant?
Well, I have thought about it actually, but I can't see much point really.
No.
No, I might do. I mean, I had thought about having a tummy tuck and implants at the same time, but you know, I thought I'm 72 nearly.
And then go back to work the next day.
Go back to work the next day, of course. And I thought, well, I'm 72. I tell you, the only risk for me, I think, would be at my age having a general anaesthetic.
I think that scares me even though.
And because I've got all these grandchildren now, and I just think, can you imagine, yes, Granny died, dear, having breast uplift and a tummy tuck at 72. It's not great, is it?
But that's what I feel now. I think about it. I'm like, oh God, I'm going to have a general anaesthetic to have my implants done.
Nice sleep, though, I find, when you have a general anaesthetic. I've had a few.
Have you?
Yes.
So Billy, have you got any questions for us?
After breastfeeding 2 kids, my boobs look like deflated balloons. I don't want implants. Is a lift alone enough?
No, I wouldn't say so, but you'd need to come in, see someone to assess you because everybody is different. But normally, I don't know, you'd need to definitely have a lift, but probably a little implant or a little bit of fat just to give you some little bit of shape.
My boobs are uneven. One is a C, another is a D, and I'm embarrassed during intimacy. Is this something that can be fixed with surgery?
This is such a common problem, and we've been seeing girls the last 25 years who have got 2 different size breasts, and some with tuberous breast, which is a tiny little breast, and then a fully grown breast. I can understand your concerns, and it's something we could really sort out quite easily. We've got a fantastic breast surgeon who'll be able to help you with that.
I got implants 5 years ago, but I heard they need replacing every 10 years. Is this true, or just a scare tactic?
I don't think it's a scare tactic. I think you have to always check and make sure with implants that everything's okay. But normally I would say now, you only had them 5 years ago, they should last at least 10, even 15 in some cases, but always go get a scan and come in and actually see a surgeon and talk about it.
My GP said I'm not big enough for NHS breast reduction, but I feel miserable. What are my options?
You poor soul. I know exactly how you feel because I was the same. The only option you really got is having it done privately, and a reduction is probably the only way to go. But you'd need to come into the clinic or go to a clinic and have an assessment with a very good breast surgeon.
I'm 21 and I want implants, but my mum says I'm too young. Is there a right age?
So I think we were just talking about that. I had mine implants done when I was about 21 and it was the right decision for me, but everyone's different. I think you need to sit down and talk to your mum about why you want to have it and if your reasons for having it are, you're doing it for the right reasons and not for anybody else, things like that. So I don't think there is an age as long as it's right timing and everything's the right time for you.
I had a baby and now my nipples are huge. Will they shrink back or is it something only surgery can fix?
Well, usually nipples don't increase that much. They can when you're breastfeeding. They'll probably go back to normal. Thing to do is to stop breastfeeding, leave it 6 to 9 months and see how they are. If not, there's a nipple surgery that reduces nipples. Most people like having big nipples. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
So we're going to do 30s versus 70s now.
Okay, good.
So what do you think about breast surgery in your 70s?
What do you mean having breast surgery in your 70s? Well, for me, I have thought about it, but what I would worry about is having a general anaesthetic if I don't really need it. I'd love to have a facelift and get rid of this, but I'm thinking, is it a risk? So I think the thing to do would be to go and speak to a surgeon and say, what are the risks? What can happen? It's not worth dying over, is it? Let's be honest.
No, definitely not.
So it's nothing I'd risk unless I knew you'd have to be in very good health, non-smoker, good checks, blood tests to see, what sort of risks you have. I wouldn't say don't do it, but I think it's a riskier in your 70s.
Yeah.
What do you think about having surgery in your 30s? Go.
Yeah. I think after children, and there's always a risk, isn't there? That's the thing.
Mm.
So you've just got to make sure you've just got to
know that you're healthy. It's your health.
No, it's a massive thing, especially after knowing you've got children and you're doing that.
Does it make you feel selfish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that in my 20s. I was just like, let's do it.
Yeah.
So
because you don't have the responsibility, do you?
No. But you can now have it, not under general.
I was going to say you can have it under a sedation.
But I don't think I could do that.
Well, I think it's something to discuss.
Yeah, I suppose ask a surgeon and then go from there, isn't it?
About it. He doesn't do many under sedation anymore. I was asking about that and he was saying it's safer to do a general.
Yeah.
So, I think that's something to think about, to go and speak to him about.
You've got to take the advice from the surgeon, haven't you?
Yeah. As long as you trust your surgeon. I used to say go and see 3 different surgeons. People don't like doing that because it's so expensive.
Yeah, of course.
It's probably about £250 to see a surgeon these days. And people don't want to waste the money. But is it a waste of money? Is your health in your life, it's got to be the most important thing there, hasn't it? So actually going to see 3 different people, getting 3 different opinions, you're going to come out full of knowledge and you'll be able to make an informed decision then. So I think it's a good idea to speak to several people, unless you've got one trusted surgeon that you really love, like Peter Cumbo. I would just go to him.
I would definitely
because I trust him implicitly.
I think you get a feeling, don't you, as well, when you've gone and spoken to so many.
Yeah.
And if all the information's lining up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 70s surgery, here I come.
So you're happy with your surgery and everything?
Yes, I was. As I said, I think there were some little bits could have been a bit tidier. But that was an American surgeon that I chose because I knew him and I thought, well, he's American. He'll have done, hundreds and thousands of them. But I think in the UK we've got just as good surgeons now. I'm very happy I had surgery, very happy, because it was the weight, really, carrying these 2 huge, massive things around all the time.
Yeah.
And making me feel matronly. So I'm very, very happy. Are you happy with your surgery?
Very happy.
Yeah.
And I'll definitely see Mr. Combo again.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Yeah. Good. Well, thank you from me, Leslie Reynolds, and my daughter, Sophie Cooper, for watching Next in Line. We look forward to speaking to you next week when we're going to be talking about mental health and mental bees.
Mental bees.